Welcome back to Celebrity Press, where secrets explode before your eyes. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, thumbs up, drop your thoughts in the comment speech balloon, and don't forget to subscribe bell to Celebrity Press for more explosive stories coming your way. If you thought the Claressa Shields drama was messy before, think again. Because what went down in Las Vegas makes every other scandal look like child's play. This isn't just about a fighter meeting an old flame. Oh no. This is about secret nights, hidden lust, and the kind of betrayal that leaves even the toughest men broken. Claressa told the world she was flying in to see Tony Rich, the man she once called her rock. But leaked posts, anonymous tips, and a suspiciously timed IG Live tell a darker story. Fans are now asking the question no one wants answered. Was Tony just the excuse, the cover, the convenient alibi, while the real destination was Lil Scrappy? Because insiders swear Claressa looked a little too happy in those Vegas nights. And what about Papoose? The man who stood by her side, now humiliated in front of millions. If you were in this position, same betrayal, same threat, what would you do? Because this isn't just a scandal. It's a Netflix-level betrayal saga, with whispers of pregnancy, abortion, and a dirty cover-up. Let's break it all down, and trust me, it gets uglier. Claressa Shields always carried herself like she was untouchable. The world called her the GWOAT, the greatest woman of all time. But behind the shine of championship belts and stage smiles, there was a woman who knew how to play the game far dirtier than her opponents in the ring. You see, when the cameras cut and the lights dimmed, Claressa wasn't fighting her rivals. She was fighting her own twisted desires. And that fight? It was uglier than any knockout she ever delivered. Tony Rich once thought he had won the lottery. He wasn't just the man by Claressa's side. He was the man in her bed, the one she whispered sweet nothings to after late-night victories. At least, that's what he believed. For years, Tony convinced himself that he wasn't just another chapter in Claressa's story. He was the headline. But in reality, he was nothing more than a convenient safe house, a man she could run to whenever her real life started crumbling. Their so-called intimate nights. Now fans whisper those weren't about love at all. They were about Claressa distracting herself from the storm she was secretly creating. Enter Papoose, the loyal husband, the rap veteran, the man who stood tall in every scandal storm before this one. But loyalty, as we've learned from countless industry tales, doesn't always buy happiness. Rumors swirled for months about Claressa's lack of satisfaction with Papoose. And while he carried himself like a king in public, insiders claim she mocked him in private, sharing messages with friends about how Vegas would fix everything. Fix or expose? That's the million-dollar question. Because Vegas wasn't just a trip. It was a carefully crafted story. Claressa made it look like she was there to reconnect with Tony, her once lover, her one-time escape. Paparazzi shots of her airport arrival, the cheesy smile, the oversized sunglasses. It was all theater. But the leaks told a different tale. DMs allegedly showed Claressa texting Tony, "We'll link up for a bit, but don't make it a big deal. I got other things to handle too." Other things? Yeah, those other things were about to become the internet's favorite scandal. When fans spotted her and Tony together, it wasn't shocking. That was the expected part. But the energy, the glow, the extra spark, it was missing. Claressa looked distracted. Some even said she looked bored, as though Tony was just another item on her checklist. The internet dragged Tony mercilessly. Bro thought he was the main character, but he's just the side mission. One viral tweet read. Another mocked him. "She's smiling, but not at you, champ. Wait till you see who she's really with." And then came the first bombshell. Blurry Vegas nightclub footage showing Claressa Shields laughing just a little too hard at Lil Scrappy's jokes. Scrappy, the southern rap icon with a history of wild nights and messy entanglements, suddenly became the name fans couldn't stop typing. "No way that's Claressa with Scrappy," one IG story read. Another follower reposted, "Tony was the warm-up, Scrappy was the main event." The speculation went nuclear. Screenshots of supposed texts started flying across blogs. "You know I had to see you while I was here." One DM read, allegedly from Claressa to Scrappy. Another claimed, "Tony don't even matter. I came for you." Whether they were real or fake didn't even matter at this point. The narrative was already viral. Meanwhile, Tony Rich, the man who believed he was part of her Vegas fairy tale, was the last to know. Fans roasted him online with memes showing him holding Claressa's hand while she looked over his shoulder at Scrappy in the background. The humiliation was brutal. Tony out here playing boyfriend, while Claressa is playing chess. One blog headline sneered. But it didn't stop there. Papoose, watching this circus unfold, was dragged deeper into the mud. His loyalty became the punchline. Pap was busy writing rhymes while Claressa was writing DMs to Scrappy. A fake leaked tweet joked. Another viral comment read, "Imagine being Pap, defending her honor while she's out in Vegas on her real business trip." The tension boiled online, but the whispers behind closed doors were even uglier. Insiders whispered that Claressa wasn't just flirting with Scrappy. There were rumors of a pregnancy scare. Some claimed she confided in friends that things got out of hand, while others swore she scheduled an appointment after returning from Vegas. Whether true or not, the story snowballed into a narrative of betrayal, lust, and cover-ups. And that's where the Netflix comparison comes in. Because this wasn't just gossip. This was a full-blown scripted drama unfolding in real time. Act 1. Claressa pretends Vegas is about Tony. Act 2. Lil Scrappy steals the spotlight. And Act 3. The fallout that leaves Tony humiliated, Papoose shattered, and Claressa's legacy dangling by a thread. As one anonymous source put it, Claressa didn't go to Vegas for Tony, and she damn sure didn't go for herself. She went for the thrill, for the story, for the kind of night that makes headlines. And headlines it made. But just when the dust started to settle, another leak hit the blogs. A short clip, just a few seconds long, of Claressa and Scrappy leaving a Vegas suite at 4 a.m., her smile wide, his arms slung casually around her shoulders. It wasn't proof of anything, but it didn't need to be. The internet had already decided what it meant. And Tony Rich, his name trended for all the wrong reasons. Bro got played in 4K, one fan wrote. Another tweeted, "Tony thought he was writing a love story. Turns out he's just a footnote in the Netflix script." By the end of that week, Tony wasn't just humiliated, he was erased. The world didn't care about his reunion with Claressa anymore. They only cared about the whispers of what really went down between her and Lil Scrappy. Tony Rich humiliated, Papoose dragged, Claressa spotted giggling with Lil Scrappy, enough tea to last a month. But no, the real scandal was just warming up. Because the thing about Vegas? What happens there never really stays there. Somebody always talks. And this time, the whispers came with screenshots, videos, and a flood of receipts that made the internet choke. The first bombshell was a supposed DM thread between Claressa and one of her closest girlfriends. Leaked on a gossip blog at 2 a.m., it looked like a simple chat, until readers hit the line. "I only told Tony I was coming so Pap wouldn't suspect." Scrappy was the real plan all along. Within minutes, hashtags exploded. Hashtag Scrappy Shields, hashtag Tony the cover, hashtag Pap played again. Fans flooded Twitter. Not Claressa using Tony as a human shield skull, and Scrappy really took the GWOT title in a whole new direction. Then came the second hit, a blurry but very real-looking video of Claressa and Scrappy at a private lounge. The clip showed her leaning into his ear, laughing, while his hand stayed glued to her waist. The background music drowned out the conversation, but lip readers swore she said, "Tony can't know." By the time the video finished circulating, one blogger wrote, "Forget the ring, Claressa's new sport is public humiliation." But the scandal didn't stop with whispers of intimacy. Out of nowhere, an anonymous post on Reddit claimed Claressa had panicked after Vegas because of a pregnancy scare. The post, supposedly from someone close to her medical circle, said, "She was worried, booked an appointment. It's not about Tony. It's not about Pap. Do the math." That phrase, "do the math," spread like wildfire. Screenshots of the post hit TikTok. Memes popped up overnight. Not the GWOT fighting a whole new opponent, the pregnancy test, one viral tweet mocked. Sarcastic commentary lit up every corner of the internet. One fan wrote, "Because nothing screams loyalty like a Vegas pregnancy scare with a rapper you swore was just a friend." Another posted, "Claressa said Tony for the cameras, Scrappy for the vibes, and Pap for the paycheck. Multitasking queen." And as if that wasn't enough, the blogs added gasoline. Media Take Fake published a headline, "Claressa Shields spotted at Vegas clinic after Scrappy meetup." Of course, no one could prove it, but no one cared. The story had momentum, and in scandals, momentum is everything. Tony Rich, meanwhile, tried to save face. He posted a smiling selfie captioned, "Vegas was a good trip, no matter what y'all think." The comment section? Brutal. "Bro, we know you didn't get the invite to the real party." Another said, "Tony's still writing captions while Scrappy already wrote history." And Papoose? Silent. Too silent. Fans begged for a response, but instead, a cryptic IG story appeared. A black screen with the words, "Loyalty means nothing to the faithless." That one post sparked 1,000 theories. Was it about Claressa? About Tony? About Scrappy? The ambiguity only made the scandal hotter. Meanwhile, Lil Scrappy leaned into the chaos. He went live, casually sipping a drink, chuckling when fans spammed the comments. Is it true? Claressa, though. His response? A sly smile and a single line. "Y'all always worried about who I'm with." That was enough. Twitter crowned him king of the Vegas scandal. But things got darker when more alleged receipts surfaced. A friend of a friend leaked a supposed PayPal transaction from Claressa to Scrappy. The note? Vegas love. Was it real? Maybe not. Did it matter? Not at all. Fans ran with it. Memes popped up, Scrappy holding dollar bills with captions like, "Claressa's loyalty check cleared." Another showed Tony crying with a text, "When you realize Vegas love wasn't about you." By the time TMZ-style blogs jumped in, the scandal had mutated into a three-way humiliation circus. Articles screamed, "Shields, Scrappy, and the Vegas clinic rumor," and Tony Rich breaks silence after being played publicly. Papoose trended every time someone cracked another joke about writing rhymes while Claressa writes DMs. And then came the most shocking leak of all, a supposed audio clip. 2 minutes long, grainy but chilling. A female voice, sounding eerily like Claressa, telling someone, "I can't have this come back on me. I'll handle it. Nobody needs to know." Whether it was real or AI didn't matter. The internet decided it was her. Blogs ran headlines, "Claressa Shields in cover-up mode," and "The Vegas secret she can't bury." The reactions from fans were savage. One fake audience quote went viral, "Bro said too much and they got him." Another, "This isn't boxing anymore, it's a Netflix thriller." People weren't just gossiping. They were glued, waiting for the next twist. Tony Rich, humiliated beyond repair, disappeared from social media for days. His last like was on a post about knowing when you're the side character. Fans turned it into a meme instantly. And just when everyone thought the scandal had hit its peak, another name came up. A whispered connection, a shadow in the corner of the Vegas story. Someone unexpected, someone nobody thought would be tied to Claressa Shields. Because if Scrappy was shocking this next twist, it was nuclear. But just when we thought it was over, another name came up. The Vegas scandal should have ended with memes, blurry nightclub clips, and gossip site headlines. That's usually how these stories die. A quick laugh, a week of chaos, and then everyone moves on to the next celebrity meltdown. But not this time. Claressa Shields' story didn't fade. It grew darker, heavier, and far more personal. Because behind the flashing cameras and internet commentary, real people were breaking. Tony Rich was the first casualty. Once painted as the loyal anchor in Claressa's messy storm, he became a punchline. His humiliation wasn't just public, it was permanent. Blogs kept recycling memes of him as the Vegas decoy, and fans tore him apart in comments. Tony was the Uber ride to Scrappy's real destination. Even his business ventures, the ones he proudly launched with Claressa, started tanking. Deals collapsed. Clients pulled back. Nobody wanted to be linked with the man who'd been globally humiliated in 4K. Then there was Papoose. Silent for weeks, fans speculated he was plotting a response. And when it finally came, it wasn't a song or a clapback interview. It was worse. A leaked voice note from someone in his circle captured Papoose admitting, "I can't fight this anymore. She broke me." The heartbreak in his tone became viral content. Memes mocked him, tweets ripped him apart. Pap got KO'd outside the ring. But beneath the sarcasm, fans knew it was deeper. His loyalty, his years of defending her, all shattered in a single Vegas weekend. And Claressa? For a moment, she tried to play it cool. Smiling selfies, gym clips, posts about focusing on greatness. But the cracks were visible. The leaked rumors of a pregnancy, and abortion wouldn't leave her alone. Fake medical receipts started circulating, screenshots of supposed appointment confirmations, and anonymous friends whispering that she'd handled it quietly. Even if half of it was fabricated, the public didn't care. The story became fact in the court of social media. Lil Scrappy, on the other hand, thrived. He leaned into the chaos, laughing in interviews, joking on IG Live, even dropping a freestyle where he hinted, "Vegas nights, no regrets, y'all mad 'cause I ain't pressed." The fans ate it up. Scrappy became the face of the scandal, not humiliated, not destroyed, but elevated. Scrappy walked in with vibes, walked out with a GWOT, one viral tweet declared. But the biggest twist was yet to come. Just as the story was cooling, another name surfaced. A blogger hinted that Claressa's Vegas circle wasn't limited to Scrappy. Screenshots dropped of her chatting with another industry figure. Someone connected, someone powerful, someone unexpected. The internet spiraled. Was this bigger than just one fling? Was Claressa weaving a web across hip-hop and sports? Whispers turned into full-blown speculation. She didn't just play Tony. She didn't just humiliate Pap. She's building something else entirely. Some said it was revenge for years of being overlooked in male-dominated industries. Others believed it was pure recklessness, a craving for attention at any cost. Whatever the truth, Claressa became a Netflix-level anti-heroine. Part villain, part victim, all scandal. And the aftermath wasn't just online. Court rumors began swirling. One gossip site claimed Tony was considering legal action for defamation and emotional distress after being used as a decoy. Another whispered that Papoose was preparing divorce papers, though no confirmation ever surfaced. Meanwhile, Claressa's team stayed silent, issuing no statements, feeding the frenzy instead of killing it. Silence, after all, can be the loudest response. The emotional toll was visible. Claressa's once confident aura dimmed. Her posts slowed. When she finally reappeared in an interview, her tone was defensive, shaky. "People don't know the truth," she said, dodging direct questions. But the problem with scandals this viral? The truth doesn't matter anymore. The perception becomes the reality, and Claressa's reality was now stamped with betrayal, humiliation, and whispers of cover-ups. And yet, just when fans thought the story had burned out, it twisted one last time. An anonymous source claimed Claressa had gone off-grid after Vegas. No posts. No sightings. No fights announced. She disappeared into silence. Some say she was regrouping. Others swear she was running. But the final quote that leaked from an alleged friend painted the darkest picture yet. She vanished without a trace, but the secret stayed. And that's the thing about Vegas. The lights may dim, the music may stop, but the shadows linger. Claressa's scandal wasn't just another messy tabloid story. It became the cautionary tale of betrayal in the spotlight. Tony left broken, Papoose left shattered, Scrappy left laughing, and Claressa? She left a mystery. And there you have it, the Vegas scandal that swallowed everyone in its path. Claressa Shields, the woman the world crowned the GWOT, suddenly dethroned by her own decisions. Tony Rich left humiliated, Papoose shattered in silence, Lil Scrappy grinning his way into viral stardom, and Claressa herself disappearing into thin air. This wasn't just gossip. This was betrayal on steroids, a scandal so wild it could make Netflix jealous. But here's the real question. What happens next? Does Tony finally clap back and sue? Does Papoose expose everything in a diss track? Or does Claressa return with a shocking comeback, rewriting the narrative yet again? Because if history has taught us anything, it's that these stories don't just end. They mutate, twist, and explode all over again. Think about it. If you were in Tony's shoes, used as a cover-up, mocked in memes, erased by the woman you trusted, what would you do? If you were Papoose, standing by someone who shattered loyalty into dust, would you stay silent or set the record straight? And if you were Claressa, watching your entire legacy burn under the weight of scandal, how would you recover? One thing's for sure, the internet never forgets, and neither do we. This is Celebrity Press, the only place where secrets don't just spill, they explode. The Vegas saga isn't over. Not even close. Another name is already whispering through the blogs, another twist lurking in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to detonate. So, what do you think? Did Claressa play the biggest game of her career, or did she just write the ending to her own downfall? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that subscribe button, and stay tuned, because the next chapter is coming, and trust me, you don't want to miss it.